Yes, I'm Inga Jacobs-Mata. I'm the regional representative for the International Water Management Institute Southern Africa offices. So that's South Africa, Zambia and Zimbabwe, and also now the new director for water growth and inclusion. Yes, so I lead an wonderfully exciting initiative called Ukama Ustawi. It's the CGIAR's regional integrated initiative for East and Southern Africa. And it's all about how we diversify and sustainably intensify maize-based systems through different mechanisms, but some of them being agribusiness acceleration. So we have a strong focus on supporting the agribusiness ecosystem in East and Southern Africa, and then in the enhancement of digital agro-advisory services. So that's sort of enhancing the delivery of climate information services in this region. And then a third component is also we focus very much on how we strengthen this enabling environment through policy dialogues, policy engagement, technical support around, the enabling environment. And then also lastly, in ensuring that all the scaling is done in an inclusive way. So a very strong focus on gender transformative approaches as well. So we work in 12 focus countries in East and Southern Africa, from Ethiopia all the way to Eswatini. Our audiences are varied. So, U2 is a 150 plus partner operation. It's a huge network of local, regional partners, international ones as well. Which we very lovingly call our community of spirit. That's how we engage, in this community of spirit with all these partners. And so, the audiences are varied, from smallholder farmers to the agribusiness itself, to policymakers, decision makers in the different areas that we work: mechanization, nutrition, irrigation, conservation, agriculture. All these areas have sort of different partners and beneficiaries. So several things. All of our cross-cutting platforms are on the move. So we have designed an accelerator program where we work with agribusiness innovators to scale different types of innovations. We provide them with de-risking or scaling grants and then targeted technical support. So our first cohort of 10 agribusinesses have been onboarded through a very, very competitive process, and they are now working with us in this technical support program. Our policy hub has been also launched, and this is a wonderful alliance with our NAS network partners, CARDESA, ASARECA, FARA, as well as Ministries of Agriculture. That's been launched as well. And then also we've now initiated a scaling hub. And the idea with the scaling hub is to look at how a regional initiative can better support and coordinate scaling activities of CGIAR's global thematic initiatives in East and Southern Africa. So that's a really exciting development, and more to come on that this year as we accelerate the next steps for the scaling hub. So we started with the action plan, with the launch of the action plan, and as a regional integrated initiative, I really feel our role is to operationalize this action plan that was launched here. So paying very much attention, the team was paying very much attention to what are the principles, what are these action areas, and constantly talking about how we can identify very specific activities to implement through Ukama Ustawi. But then it's also just to showcase our work in our accelerator program, our technical support enabling environment session, and then this scaling dialogue that we have also on the margins of this FARA event. I think it reaffirms what we have been doing, this emphasis on partnerships, this emphasis on really supporting local partners and local institutions. So we have, under U2 a phrase, together we grow and develop, and it's sort of solutions for the region by the region. So really I was encouraged about, just the amount of partners actually that we are connected with at this event itself. That was the one thing, and also this issue around scaling. That in order to reach the 300 million farmers in Africa, we have to go wide, reach as many through our scaling innovations, and make sure that we're talking about use, we're talking about technology adoption, not just access to all of these innovations as well. So ICRA was our pilot, our one CGIAR pilot before we had one CGIAR. We focus very much on scaling climate research, CGIAR's climate research, and the impacts thereof in Africa. And what we're doing in Zambia was really our test case for acceleration through agribusiness support. So there we've successfully now completed our first acceleration program, working with 14 agribusinesses, many of whom we've profiled here this week as well. And wonderful to see the results of that. You know, we've reached over 120,000 farmers with a 200% return on investment for what we put in. So really very good results in Zambia, and wonderful sort of political will emerging now in Zambia through the Ministry of Agriculture, through Ministry of Green Economy, and some of our partners, Zambia Met Department, Water Resource Management Authority, so many others with whom we work. And then we also, it's not just for us about the acceleration, but it's also about strengthening the whole pipeline of agribusiness development. So we work with a whole bundle of capacity building institutions, universities, incubators, SME support programs that work at strengthening the pipeline through internship programs, incubation programs, hackathons, ideation, innovation challenges. And that we've also now onboarded our first cohort of interns with really good results to share there.